Hello and welcome to the non-league 5-minute debate where we condense down our conversation with the panel that we've got in this week. Guys, started the timer, the Battle of the Bees. Were Barnet denied a place in the next round of the FA Cup by a ridiculous penalty decision? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. No, they weren't. No, they weren't denied. It was a great game. I think a draw was probably a fair result, and I'm actually quite pleased that they get another stab at it and enjoy the away trip in it. Was it a penalty though, Nathan?
I don't think it was a penalty. No way, no way. I think they were robbed, in all fairness. But like I said, it's a great advertisement for non-league football. They've done unbelievable, so they've got another chance to play at their ground.
And Frank, sometimes non-league football gets a bit of a bad rep for, you know, ball being up in the sky all the time, but it was a great advert for non-league football, wasn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. Fantastic. You know, Barnet played the game what we would consider the right way. And yeah, just two evenly matched teams on the day, to be honest. Again, I think as a neutral, you're watching the game and thinking, if you didn't know which division each team played in, you'd probably say they played in the same level because the game was so even at times. I know that Brentford had chances, but I thought the draw was fair in the end, and looking forward to hopefully seeing Barnet get a win in replay.
And David, a crowd of 6,000 went down to the Hive for that game. How good are those occasions for raising the profile of non-league football and helping clubs generate broader fan bases?
Yeah, massive. I mean, the Hive's such a lovely stadium there, and I think Barnet, as a club, having been relegated from the Football League, have sort of pondered about the division at the moment, and their crowds have really been quite poor. So to see that, and a lot of those fans, I hope, will come back. Because, you know, they need them to get back into the Football League. As terms for an advert for non-league, obviously, fantastic game. Some of the goals, the free kick from Dan Sparks was stunning. Good enough to win the game. Shame it wasn't the winner, but yeah, like I say, it's a really good advert for the competition. And
quickly moving on, some big results across the national leagues. Starting with you, Jim, who's going to win the National League titles?
I said a few weeks ago, for me, Orient will see it through. I think they've got fantastic managers down there. They've gone through their bad spell over the Christmas period. But the National League South and North, I think it's too tight to call.
Frank?
I mean, I've been following Woking really closely in the South. I think they've had a phenomenal season and they lost their last game. But between them and Torquay, you know, they just are two formidable teams at the minute that seem to be winning week in, week out. And you know, I know we mentioned Salford a lot, and I think that Salford would probably feel disappointed if they didn't win the title this season. Obviously, Orient are fantastic as well, but it's certainly close at the minute.
Now, if you're in start playing against them week in, week out, who's going to win the title?
It'd be close, but I think Salford will be there. I think they'll win. I think they'll just win it, if not far behind Fylde, just because they're on a good run at the moment. But it's going to be tight, it's going to be exciting. Hopefully we can get in and amongst it as well. But Convent South, I think Torquay will pick that at the end as well, just because of the fan base they've got as well. It's going to help them out in the long run. And I'm not really too sure about the Conference North. Was it Chorley at top?
Yeah.
They're a good side as well, so I think they'll win that as well.
And both those table toppers picked up good results at the weekend. David, what's your thoughts?
Salford for me, I think a couple of gears left for them to explore. I just feel like Leighton Orient have had quite a few injuries at the moment, at sort of the wrong time. They could have broke away at the top from Salford over the Christmas period when Salford was struggling. But yeah, I think Graham Alexander will get them over the line. In the south, I think it'll be Torquay, although it is in Woking's hands with the two games that they've got spare. But I just think Gary Johnson is such an experienced manager. He's won at all levels, and he'll get them there. And in the north, Chorley, I think. I haven't seen too much of them, but you know they've already got a bit of a gap up the top. But I think Stockport will push them all the way. Yeah,
Stockport have a massive side as well, aren't they? So they can push them all the way.
Cool. With 50 seconds on the clock left, you guys have picked out a Bostik Prem side who are in great form and could be challenging for the title, Frank?
Yes, Merstrom.
Yeah.
Merstrom.
That's the next week's debate. How to pronounce.
Merstrom. Yeah, Hayden Bird, fantastic. You know, we were critical of them at the start of the season. Rightly so. They were poor. Had a poor start, but unbeaten in the last 10 games. And
yeah, that's
you know, they are the joint top with Dorking in team at the minute. So
I'll go with Dorking. To be fair, I'll go.
Yeah, I'm staying with Dorking. We saw them last week, and say they've got the finances. They've got a really good squad to back them up.
Good goal scoring, Jason Pryor as well. So he's always going to bang in goals as well for them. Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. So 10 seconds left on the clock. That is our 5-minute non-league debate.